What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. Today I've got one from IFC Midnight through Scream Factory, and it is called Darkness Rising. So this is a story of a girl who had a very traumatic childhood. Her mother went insane and killed her sister, so she hasn't been back home in like over 20 years. Her childhood home where the murder took place is about to be demolished, so the night before, she decides, hey, I'm going to sneak in with her boyfriend and her cousin, and she's gonna try to just kind of make peace with the place, I guess, and kind of bridge that peace into the past, because she's having some weird visions and nightmares, and also maybe just by snooping around, maybe she'll find some answers. Is apparently what she thinks. Of course, once she gets there, things don't go as planned, and it was maybe not such a good idea to go into this weird, creepy place, on its last night of existence. This was a pretty run-of-the-mill haunted house movie. I wasn't super impressed with it, but I didn't hate it either. It was watchable, and that's about it. I definitely don't think I'll be watching it again, but it was decent watch, the first time through. It doesn't have a lot of gore. It does have some. It's got a really weird I don't even know how to phrase it, but there's a reveal that involves a bathtub, and it is really weird, and it really made me like perk up and be like, okay, this movie's got my attention now. But unfortunately, it doesn't do anything with what is revealed, which is kind of a letdown. And then it has a really cool effect with an eyeball being pulled out that doesn't look realistic, but it looks really cool and really goopy, and so I was a big fan of that. And then it also has like some weird eye, like clouding and missing eyes and whatnot. So there's a little bit of gore, not much. There's no sleaze in this. But it didn't really have a lot of like fun dialogue either. It's pretty serious. There's some early banter that's kind of interesting, but after that it gets pretty serious, and I'd say overly serious to the point that it's just there's really no fun wildness to it after that. So again, I think it was a solid movie. The premise is okay, the acting is okay, but there's just nothing here that really helps it stand out from an extremely crowded field of other indie haunted house movies. So it's just kind of one of those things where if you really like haunted house movies, you'll probably enjoy this one. But if you're just going in, because you want to see like a cool horror movie, you might be a little bit let down. But I don't see a lot of people being like upset that they watched it. It doesn't feel like a waste of time. It just doesn't feel like it's anything that's breaking new ground or doing anything, creative or memorable. The Blu-ray is from IFC Midnight Scream Factory. It doesn't look like it has any extras, and I didn't check, so... But it looks really good. The transfer, it's a new movie, so of course it's gonna look pristine. It looks great here, so I don't think anybody's gonna have any complaints there. Again, I like the movie. I just didn't love it. I would give it a very mild recommendation if you're a fan of haunted house movies, just because even though it is watchable, there's only a few scenes in it that are really all that great. So it's really hard for me to be like, yeah, you got to see this movie, just because I don't really feel like it's all that great. But it's it's a decent watch if you're a fan of indie style haunted house movies. So I've got a full write-up as well as Darkness Rising on my website, markfusion.com. You can check that out, as well as tons of other IFC Midnight Scream Factory releases, tons of other horror movies, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of movie reviews, new ones every day, 7 days a week. You can also follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram at markfusion, as well as Patreon if you want exclusive content. But the best way you can help me out is just to hit that sub button. I'm pretty sure that every time somebody new subscribes to the channel, it exorcises a few of the demons that live in this house. And as you can see behind me, we have some real, shady type characters in this room with me. So you can just imagine what it's like and how desperately I need those subs. So thank you so much for helping me stay alive and keeping my immortal soul intact. I greatly appreciate you watching these videos, and hopefully I'll see you soon.